Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. In today's video, I'm super excited because I'm going to be talking to you about springtime perfumes. I am super excited for this time of year. I am in the springtime mood for sure. I just love this time of year. I love when the flowers start blooming. I love when it starts to get warmer. I just really like it. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful time of year. And I kind of just naturally start craving your traditional kind of typical springtime scents. I'm a very seasonal person, so the perfumes that I've been craving lately, those darker, deeper kind of fall and winter type of scents, I've kind of put aside. I'm not really feeling those anymore right now, and I'm just really wanting to get into some florals, some fruity, some playful, just what I think of when it comes to spring. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. I do mostly beauty and perfume on this channel. I also sprinkle in some special effects looks, usually around the Halloween season, so if you are into that kind of content, I would love it if you would subscribe. Thank you so much to my returning subscribers. I really appreciate you. If you are interested in seeing my top 10 picks for spring perfumes 2022, then just keep on watching. All right, this first one is brand new to my collection, and I actually haven't shown it to you guys yet. So this is going to be in a haul video later, but I had to put it in this video. I have some other perfumes that I've recently acquired and brought into my collection, but I haven't shown them to you yet because I'm just kind of waiting to test them out and play with them and get my final thoughts on them. So I have a haul video coming up very soon, so stay tuned to that. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell so you don't miss my uploads, all that good stuff. So I will talk about this perfume a little bit more in an upcoming video. This is called Room 129. I think it's called Taliaferro. I probably butchered that. If I did, I'm sorry. But this was a perfume that I heard about from Tara Michelle on Opinionated Scents. She raves about this perfume and she said that it smells like fruit punch. And it absolutely smells like fruit punch. This is Hawaiian fruit punch. 100%. The notes in here are cherry, powder, and bubblegum. So I kind of wondered if this was going to smell like bubblegum, but I really don't get bubblegum. I get fruit punch. So I will say, if that sounds appealing to you, then I think you'll like this. If I tell you, hey, this perfume smells like fruit punch, and you're like, cool, I want to smell like fruit punch, then you're probably gonna like this. But if I say, hey, this perfume smells like fruit punch, and you're like, I don't want to smell like fruit punch, then this isn't going to be for you, okay? Because it is seriously, you guys, so close to smelling like Hawaiian fruit punch. I've never smelled a fragrance that was so accurate to punch, honestly, but it's so fun. I just love it, especially right now in the springtime. I'm just in the mood for playful scents. I don't want anything serious. I want playful, fruity, sweet, girly, fun, springtime scents, and I think that this is absolutely perfect. The performance of this is so good. It lasts all day. It's a beautiful sillage around you. It's beautiful. So if smelling like fruit punch is ideal to you, if that sounds appealing to you, then I highly recommend this fragrance. Up next by Yves Saint Laurent, this is Mon Paris. I love this perfume, but I only get in the mood for this perfume now in the springtime and in the summer as well. This is what I would consider a grown woman fruity floral. There are a lot of fruity notes in here. There's strawberry, raspberry, there's tangerine in here. There's also ambroxan and vanilla and patchouli in the base. And then there are a bunch of flowers. I think in the middle you've got jasmine and orange blossom. I think there's peony in here. And so it's definitely a very fruity in the opening, and then you get some flowers, and then the base is definitely a little bit deeper, but not too much. The patchouli does make this last and gives it a little bit of depth, but it's not like a wintertime fragrance. I'm so in the mood for this right now. This is actually on my March tray. So if you missed that, I started doing monthly trays, and I'm only picking 10 perfumes for my monthly trays. So every month I'm going to pick out 10 perfumes to focus on, and that's it. That's all I can choose from for the month. However, of course, if I get a new perfume that I'm testing out, or if I have samples that I'm testing, any perfumes that I'm testing don't count. But as far as what I can choose from my own personal collection, I have to stick with those 10 perfumes. That way I can really get to know my perfumes and really decide how I truly feel about them. So this is on my March tray and I've been really enjoying it. It just smells so beautiful. It's very feminine, but still classy, elegant, but also fun. You know, it's a fruity floral for a grown woman. Highly recommend. Great lasting power, beautiful sillage, absolutely no issues with the performance. And I just really enjoy this one. All right, if you're looking for a rose springtime perfume, I would recommend Carolina Herrera Very Good Girl. I love this fragrance and I keep looking at it. It's probably going to be going on my April tray because I keep looking at this fragrance and I keep wanting to wear it. So I'm definitely craving this fragrance. This has lychee and red currant in the opening. There's a beautiful rose in here. It's almost like a fresh cut rose, but it's not dated in any way. There's also some vanilla in the base that helps kind of like sweeten it up a little bit and helps kind of give it a creamy type of vibe, but without it being too heavy. It's definitely light enough to wear springtime. I think this would make a beautiful springtime date night scent. If you're doing something kind of lighthearted and fun for a date night, this is definitely what I would choose. My birthday is coming up in April and I really feel like I'm going to want to wear this on my birthday. So I do want to put this on my April tray. It's just a beautiful rose, lychee, vanilla scent. I really enjoy it. I think that the performance is fantastic on it as well. Definitely lasts all day. The stiletto is beautiful. I really love how it looks. I love this color. I think it's just stunning. It's the best stiletto in my opinion. This is the best good girl flanker in my opinion. I think that might be a little bit of a polarizing opinion. I know not everybody loves this fragrance. Definitely don't blind buy this. I don't think it's a safe blind buy. There is vetiver in here, so there's a tiny bit of earthiness, but I don't get a lot of that. Mostly I just get this sweet red currant, lychee, rose, and creamy vanilla. Gorgeous fragrance. Can't wait to wear this. I can't wait. All right, I just hauled this perfume and it's pretty new to my collection, but I have fallen madly in love with it. I've talked about it a few times now, but this is by Xerjoff and this is Dolce & Amalfi. I can't get over this fragrance, you guys. I've had to put it down. I purposely did not put it on my March tray because I needed to slow down on this, but I cannot wait until I can put this back on my tray. It's definitely going on April's tray for sure, and I'm super excited to wear it. I love this so much. This is not a safe blind buy. Not everybody loves this fragrance, but I cannot get enough of it. I think it smells just like juicy fruit gum with some spice. And I don't know why I like that, but I do. I think it's amazing. Apparently I want to smell like juicy fruit gum. Apparently I like to smell like Hawaiian fruit punch. I don't know. I like what I like. That's all I can say. But I really love this fragrance. The performance of this is really good as well. I know not all of the Xerjoff from the Cosmorati line are known for their performance, but this one's really great. I have no issues with it. It's a beautiful sillage. It definitely lasts all day. I've never had an issue with it at all. It has quince, cardamom, and apple in the opening. I think it also has saffron, so it has a bit of a kick. That cardamom, that saffron, and then you've got this like citrusy from the apple and the quince. So it's a juicy, fruity, spicy, just a little bit, not overly spicy, just enough to have like a little kick, which I really enjoy. I think that's a lot of fun. There's also cloves, there's incense in here as well, but this isn't a smoky fragrance. I don't get a lot of that incense at all. And then in the base you have vanilla, amber, tonka bean, cedar, and musk. So it's very sweet in the dry down. It's heaven. It's heaven. I told you guys when I bought this, I made a mistake getting the 30 ml. I really try to buy smaller sizes of perfumes when I can, just because I feel like I just have so many perfumes. I don't want to have big bottles of anything. But when I got it, I realized I made a mistake. This is one of the very few perfumes I think I should have just went ahead and got a full-size bottle, because I can't imagine ever getting sick of this. I love it so much. So if you enjoy juicy, fruity, sweet fragrances with a tiny bit of spice, give this one a try. Definitely get a sample of it because it's expensive and I don't want to be responsible if you don't like it, okay? I Absolutely love it. Up next, I am super excited because I'm finally really in the mood for this. This is by Kayali. This is Eden Juicy Apple 01. I just have this tiny travel size. I got it, I think it came out when it was still kind of cold, and so, you know, I tested it out. I wore it a few times. I really enjoyed it, but now is when this is gonna shine. This is really great for spring, but I think this is also another one of those fragrances that would be perfect for summer. It's light enough that it's not going to be too much. Yeah, this reminds me of like a barbecue, not barbecue. This doesn't remind me of barbecue. This reminds me of like when you go to a barbecue and there's like fruit salad and you have like fruit cocktails and you're by the pool barbecuing, just some sort of summertime get together where there's, you know, maybe some watermelon and some berries and stuff like that. Yeah, this just says spring and summer to me for sure. It's very sweet. It is very feminine, very playful. It is not a serious perfume. It is just a fun, it's fun is what it is. Right away in the opening, I get the apple. I know some people get berries more than they get apple, and then I've heard some people get apple more than berries. I get both, but the first thing that hits my nose is apple. I get red, juicy apple, and then I get a bunch of berries. So basically what I picture is a bowl with a bunch of berries and then sliced up apples, and then you just pour like sugar on top of it, and that's what you get. It's very, very sweet. Up next we have a freshie, and that's pretty rare for me because I don't really love freshies all that much, but this is by Chanel. This is Chance Eau Fraiche. This is absolutely beautiful. I love this fragrance, and it kind of surprised me how much I like it because, like I said, it is a freshie. So the opening, there's lemon, there's cedar and citron, and normally I'm not a big fan of citrusy notes, but the way it's done in here, it's not too much. It's not overly citrus to me. Middle notes, you have some water notes, some jasmine, some pink pepper. So there is a tiny bit of like a spice to this, not much, just a tiny bit of a spicy little kick from the pink pepper. Base notes, you do have patchouli in here, which I like because I think that's what keeps this from being too fresh. I think the patchouli helps to kind of give it a little bit of warmth, kind of ground it a little bit, give it a little bit of depth. There's musk, vetiver, teakwood, iris, and amber. So yeah, I just think it's really beautiful. I know I've said this before, but I am convinced this is a freshie for people who don't like freshies. I think that this color of the juice is really beautiful as well, this beautiful green. It definitely reminds me of spring. It is also a compliment getter. I've heard a lot of people say they get compliments when they wear this, and I actually have gotten a couple of compliments when I wore it as well. I haven't worn it a ton since I bought it because when I got this, it was fall, I believe, but now's the time. I cannot wait to pull this out and start wearing it. I think this is going to be beautiful for spring and summer. This is an eau de toilette. The performance is pretty decent. It's not crazy, like it's not a beast at all. It is definitely present though. You're going to smell it. Other people are going to smell it. I know other people can smell it because I've gotten a couple compliments. So I know other people can smell it. For an eau de toilette, I think that this performs pretty good. All right, Valentino, Donna Born in Roma. This will absolutely 100% be on my April tray. It has to be because last April, I went on a trip with my husband to Florida. We went to Fort Walton Beach, Florida. We had the time of our lives. I took this perfume with me, wore it the entire trip, and now I will forever associate this with April, spring, my husband, good times, vacation. It doesn't smell like vacation. Let's just be clear. This isn't like a tropical smelling, beachy kind of perfume, but to me, I associate it with vacation because I took it on vacation, if that makes sense. But Valentino Donna Born in Roma is a beautiful perfume that I fell in love with when I was on that trip. I've been in love with it ever since. I just love it. It has blackcurrant in the opening, which is beautiful. It's got pink pepper and bergamot, so there's a tiny bit of spice and a tiny bit of like a zest, you know? So it's like fruity. The pink pepper is really not that prominent in here, so I don't want to say spicy because it's really not, but I definitely do get that bergamot in the opening. And then middle notes, you have a lot lot of jasmine, which I love. I love jasmine. And then you have bourbon vanilla in the base. You have some woody notes as well. So it's a tiny bit woody, but not a lot. It's not over the top woody notes. I think the performance is fantastic. I get compliments on this one as well. I feel like this is a man-eater scent. This is definitely going on my April tray. Very good for spring. Crowd pleasing without being generic smelling. I don't think this is generic smelling at all. I think it's beautiful. So definitely enjoy this. This is another one that I made a mistake on the size. I got the smaller size and I shouldn't have, because I really want to use this up. When this goes on my tray, I know I'll be getting a lot of use out of this. I'll probably put a pretty decent sized dent in it for the month of April. And I know I'm going to end up getting another bottle because I can't be without this fragrance. All right, we're going to take a trip down memory lane and we're going to go way back. I mean, way, way back to the 90s. And I'm talking about Clinique Happy. I think this is a beautiful fragrance, you guys. I know this is a 90s perfume. This is another one that really doesn't fit my typical scent profile, but man, I really get in the mood for this in the springtime. I'm actually really excited for this one. This has a lot of fruit in the opening. It has orange, it has grapefruit, Indian mandarin, bergamot, apple, and plum. So it's very fruity, but more on the citrusy side. I get more of the orange, I get more of that little touch of bergamot, a little bit of grapefruit, a little bit of like an apple, but it's more of like a green apple. It's not like a red sweet apple. It's more of like a green apple. And then middle notes, you have rose, orchid, freesia, lily of the valley. So you have just a little bit of floral in here. Mostly though, I get a little bit of citrus, but it's not over the top citrus. It's not like too zesty for me. And then base notes, you get mimosa, you get lily, magnolia, musk, and amber. So this is like a citrusy, floral, and musky scent. I do get a lot of the musk for sure in this fragrance. So I'm kind of excited to wear this because I really remember this being super popular in the 90s and everybody just really loved this fragrance, and I don't even care. I don't care, okay? I don't care if this dates me. I don't care if I wear it and I smell like somebody who is trying to relive her glory days. I think the performance of this is really good as well. It's definitely a moderate perfume. You definitely get that beautiful scent bubble around you all day. It lasts all day for sure. Very good performance. You know, this was in the 90s when this perfume came out. You know, back when perfumes didn't really have performance issues, you know what I mean? Like, perfumes were made a little differently back then. So this one is definitely a good long-lasting fragrance in my opinion. And my husband really likes this. He thinks this is a really beautiful kind of fresh, citrusy springtime perfume. All right, for spring, I need to have a sexier kind of date night scent that's appropriate for spring. To me, that would be my BELLE. This is the INTENSEMENT. I really enjoy this one. This is raspberry in the opening. This is such a beautiful flanker. I'm super excited to wear this one because I haven't really worn it a ton, but I really love the way that this smells. It's a very good performing perfume, but it's not quite the beast that the original BELLE is. Still very good performance. This is raspberry, pink pepper, and bergamot, which I'm starting to see a trend. I seem to really like pink pepper and bergamot in the opening of my perfumes. I love raspberry. I love raspberry in my perfumes because doesn't that just say spring? Like fruity, yeah, those fruity, yummy, like berry notes definitely says spring to me. And then we've got some jasmine, orange blossom, heliotrope. In the base, you have patchouli, benzoin, iris, vanilla, and sandalwood. So you've got a lot of creaminess in the base. A lot of sweetness going on, and then you have patchouli, which I personally love because you guys know I think patchouli warms a perfume up and helps to make it last, gives it character and depth. Without the patchouli, I honestly feel like this fragrance would be too sweet. I think this is beautiful. This is very sweet though. I mean, even with the patchouli, it's still very sweet. So if you're not a sweet type of person, I don't think you're gonna like this. But if you love sweet, feminine, raspberry type perfumes, I think you would absolutely love this. I really like the bottle. I think the bottles of BELLE are beautiful. My husband really likes it too. I definitely think this is a man-eater scent for sure. I think this is gonna be beautiful for date nights. during the springtime. All right, I knew I loved this fragrance when I tried it, but I knew it wasn't the right season for it and I wasn't in the mood for it too much, so I only really wore it to test it out, but now I am in the mood for this fragrance. This is by Marc Jacobs. This is Perfect Intense. I only got the travel size because I definitely wanted to test it out first, but I've kind of put it away. Can't wait to pull it back out. This says spring to me like crazy. The opening has narcissus and night blooming jasmine, and then you also have almonds. The middle note is almonds, and that's mostly what I get from this. This is a very almond heavy fragrance, which isn't always everybody's favorite, but if you love nutty almond type fragrances, I think you'd really like this. And then in the base you just have some creamy delicious sandalwood, which I love. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. The opening notes are floral. There's no salty notes in here, but for some reason my brain interprets it as like salty almonds is what I get. I get like a tiny hint of a floral aspect, but then I get salty almonds. I'm not sure if it's the floral notes or the sandalwood or what, but then I get like this smooth, creamy dry down from the sandalwood. The opening is a lot. It's a lot. You're going to get hit with like a blast of almonds, okay? And it's not going to be everybody's favorite. I have heard some people say they really don't like this fragrance. I think this is a very polarizing fragrance. Please do not blind buy this because there's no guarantee that you're going to like it. This is also one of those fragrances where I have heard so many different interpretations of what this smells like. Some people have said some things that I don't understand. I mean, to each their own. We all have different noses, and it's just an opinion, you know? There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to what a fragrance smells like. It's just what your particular nose happens to pick up. But for me, this is salty almonds. The performance is fantastic. No issues at all. Definitely lasts all day. I'm sure I will run out of it this spring, definitely into the summer, and this is definitely full bottle worthy for me. All right, last but certainly not least, I have Kim Kardashian by Kim Kardashian. I really like this bottle. I think this bottle is a lot of fun. I think it's really pretty. And this actually reminds me of Gucci Bloom. I feel like this smells exactly like Gucci Bloom. Now, I will say I really do not get in the mood for this for fall and winter. This is definitely a spring and summer scent, but when I get in the mood for this, I absolutely love it. You have to like white florals in order to like this fragrance because it is very, very white floral heavy. It's almost like a heady white floral. It's very mature smelling, but it's just beautiful in the spring. When the flowers are blooming, this just shines in my opinion. So if you like white florals, you should give this a try. This is an extremely affordable fragrance. This is a celebrity fragrance, but it does not smell affordable to me. Like this doesn't smell cheap to me at all. This is honeysuckle, African orange flower, and mandarin orange in the opening, but mostly I get the middle notes. So the middle notes, you have tuberose, gardenia, jasmine, and spices. I get mostly gardenia and jasmine in here. I get a little tiny touch of tuberose, but it's not that like bubblegummy tuberose that I personally really love. I definitely get the gardenia in here. So you have to like gardenia in order to like this fragrance, which I do. I love gardenia, but it does give it that heady, almost kind of heavy white floral vibe. Base notes, you have tonka bean, you have musk, sandalwood, orchid, and some woodsy notes. So the base kind of is smooth, a little bit creamy. It keeps it from having the white florals be too much, in my opinion. I just think it's beautiful. Beautiful for spring. If you want to smell like a flower garden in the springtime. I also think this is really good for summer as well. I actually wore this in the dead of summer last summer in August here in South Carolina, and it was just so hot. I wasn't sure if I wanted to wear anything, but I tried this one out and it just fit beautifully. Even though it is an extremely strong white floral, it just seemed to fit with the environment around me. And yeah, it was just beautiful. So I really am looking forward to this one. This will be on a tray very, very soon. And I think it's just absolutely fantastic. You can't beat it for the price. You really can't. All right, you guys, that is it for my recommendations for spring perfumes. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section below what perfumes you're looking forward to wearing this spring. If you have any suggestions for me for a fruity, floral, or freshy type of fragrance. I absolutely love to hear your suggestions, and I hope everybody is having an amazing day. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!